I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Hey man, it's been too long since we sat down and that just feels wrong. Allow me to give my head a shake, open my eyes and fix a mistake. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit a rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Hey buddy, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. My door's open, so come on in. This was great, let's do it again. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Hey ho, hey, woo!
We're back.
I was thinking, Nate. I was like, hey man, it's been too long since we've sat down, and it just feels wrong. So I was like, do you want to come over, just like the old days, and we'll do an O ring a bell?
Absolutely. Hell yes, I do.
All right, well, I'm gonna do the clubhouse roll call real quick. If you want to be part of this, the clubhouse roll call, you're going to be as a Patreon member or a member of the channel. Michael Mercy, Casey Wheeler, Handsome Man, Ratface 44 Reviews. Hey, it's Nate, the Retrotinker, Sonny Sundries, Jonathan Sorensen, Joshua Allen, Adam from Go Figure, Phil from Treasures for Trigger, Hans Chow, Brennan Haley, Jason Clark, and Space Commander. And then we've got the clubhouse members. We've got Gaz. We've got Beta Ray Bob, Spacey pulling double duty, Jason Stillwell, Ryan Sweeney, Kiwi, Gijoe Customs and Collection, MC DJ ACDC, now that's a name, and our member in spirit, Cindy K. Rest in peace, we miss you. But if you want to be a part of that roll call, and who wouldn't want to be, all you do is be a member or a Patreon supporter, and then I do things like I make toys punch each other for for entertainment. We'll see who's in the chat real quick. I know it's early morning over stateside or Canadian side. Spoonkiller won't be up. Don't blame you, but still dropping a like. Thank you very much. Johnny says he needs more O's for his triple word score. And WJ saying, hey, how are you, buddy? Of both the vintage and the modern versions of this guy. He should be on the deleted scene short for G.I. Joe's Demons. Oh, yeah, so they do some great stop motion over there. So before we do anything, Nate, before we do anything, you know what? I'm going to play this old chestnut.
It's time for everyone's favorite educational program, Oh, Ring a Bell.
Yay! So we're doing O Ring a Bell, and we're doing it for the month of October. We're going to do it Halloween style because that's original. And we're going to go Cobra-La month, the full month of Cobra-La. It's interesting. Now, you haven't seen G.I. Joe the movie yet. We're going to spoil some of it today, unfortunately. But this might be, I'm not going to spoil all of it. This might be incentive for you to maybe just jump on there and give it a crack. I know you're going in order with the cartoons, but, you know, it's been, how long has it been? It came out 80, was it 85? All right, so we're taking a quick look at Cobra-La. Here are some, what are we looking at here? Here are some Cobra-La spores. Let's try and keep it clean. Here is a representation of what Cobra-La have to offer. Now, if we had have done this last year, we would have only had this pack to talk about, this 3-pack of Cobra-La, and that would have been it, done and dusted. However, in recent times, and only in the last few months, and even sooner than that, we've had added to it the Royal Guard, which I got to see in person for the first time at Joe Fest, and have one in my collection right now. Actually, I've got about 6 in my collection. Don't tell anyone.
You gotta.
And then what's just come out, and I'm waiting for it in the mail, is Pythona. Now, you might not know who any of these people are. You know who this person is. Hey, what's up,
Hey,
guys?
hello.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
for
don't know
dropping
who
in.
Pythona is. I don't know who Pythona is yet, but when I showed
Yeah.
my wife, she told me that she's like looks like a drag queen. So now I just want one because I want a G.I. Joe drag queen.
Well, let me tell you, she is all woman, buddy. She's probably one of the most popular female characters, even though not a lot of people like G.I. Joe the movie. Maybe she's not all woman. You know what? I don't know. You never know. You never know. And who am I to ask? Who am I to ask? I tell you, not me. So these are the current selection 3-pack from Hasbro, 2 from Super 7, making the total number of figures that you can get for Cobra-La at this time. We're looking at 5. However, because of army building, you can have as many of the Royal Guards as you like. We're not talking Royal Guards today, though. Today we're talking Nemesis Enforcer, who in recent times has been called Nemesis Immortal. It's not a bad name change. It's fine. I just think Nemesis Enforcer is way cooler.
Sounds like he's gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah, Nemesis Enforcer is someone that could go toe to toe with Sergeant Slaughter, in my opinion. All right, so here's the original art for the Cobra-La 3-pack, and you'll see that Nemesis Enforcer is the one with the bat wings. I don't know if you knew that, but that's who he is. His color scheme. Had an exploding Visionaries figure today.
Ooh.
The Visionaries have O-rings? Is that what exploded?
Yeah, they do. They do. Yep.
Are they as easy to fix as a G.I. Joe one?
I think so. Yeah. I think they just got to screw their back.
Knowing is half the battle, and in this case, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a lot of Visionaries growing up. I had one Visionary from memory, but I couldn't tell you who it was, and I was just like, oh, just keep collecting Joes, I guess. But here is the original 3-pack. Now, these came out at the same time as the Renegades 3-pack, which we have had a look at, but it's been so long you've probably forgotten.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. And so we've got the Royal Guard on the left, who will get another episode for himself as a spotlight. On the right is Globulus, who will also get his own little spotlight episode. And our man of the hour, Nemesis Enforcer, who you'll see is the only one without a firearm. So
Sure.
I would say he doesn't need it. He definitely, in the cartoon, he does have some odd weapon choices, one of which is like a starfish that he can throw, and then it attaches itself to Sergeant Slaughter's face, and then it's like a face hugger situation. The Lilith is here saying, Cobra-La. In the chat, if you've seen G.I. Joe the movie, did you like it then, and do you like it now? Because I was a big fan of G.I. Joe the movie, and I know that a lot of people are like, it's too fantastical. Although, Nate, you'll back me up here because you've started watching some of the cartoons, is that the original series got pretty fantastical. Like Fatal Fluffy's #1 contender.
Yep.
Johnny's here. Is this any of my biz? Is it any of your Bizabel? I don't know. Adam looks different today. This is our mate Nate.
This is what it would look like if Adam like went feral and got rabies. This is what he'd look like.
Uh-oh. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Oh, yes, a Leonard Core episode. They were my Joes. I had probably just as many Core figures as I did G.I. Joe, and I loved the Core. And we will do a Core episode, I think. And we've discussed it before, Nate.
Yeah.
I reckon we'll do that.
I'm pretty sure I've said before that we should get Adam involved to look at Bionic 6 and Visionary because he knows a lot about them.
Well, there you go. He knows more than I do. And this is an educational show. So I love the movie. I would love to see it continue on. Well, in a sense, it did continue on because after G.I. Joe the movie, we've got Operation Dragonfire. And Operation Dragonfire kicks off after the events of the movie and starts off in the Himalayas, which is where this movie finished off. So consider checking out Operation Dragonfire. Believe it or not, I've got it on the channel. How long it'll be there, I don't know. So far, I've been pushing my luck. But we have it. We have it on the channel. So we've got the 3 figures that you would get in the 3-pack. Probably what's interesting about this 3-pack is I prefer the Renegade set because it you get Mercer, Red Dog, and Taurus, the Sorters Renegade. The Renegades. However, here, interesting choice to put an army builder in with 2 figures that are not army builders. So, you know, if you want more than one Royal Guard, you're going to get more than one of the others too. So,
Yeah.
bit weird, but it's all good. Here he is from the cartoon. So you can see from the cartoon he's got those dynamic spikes on his wrists there. Interesting place to have them. Wrist, forearm sort of area.
Cool. He looks like an X-Men character.
He kind of does look a bit like Archangel. Mercer was pretty. Everyone seems to think Mercer is the best out of the Renegades, and I don't disagree necessarily. But I kind of really like the look of Taurus. Maybe it's the beard. But yeah, he's an imposing figure. He's got the spikes, and now I'm not sure if the spikes are coming out of his arm or they're attached to his wrists, but they're there. The wings are definitely not attached. Those are organic. But as you can see from the card art, there's actually quite a bit of a difference happening there with the colors. Whereas here is purple, green, red, and he's got more of a flesh color in the arms. Here we have his, well, hang on, that's true. And that's true in this sense too. The toy is a bit different. But here he's more of a red and a maroon. Who are you calling a maroon? And the wings are definitely a little bit different. They're more bat-like with the, what do they call those little things on the ends of a bat wing?
I have no idea. Wing nubs.
Wing nubs. He's got the wing nubs there. And here they're less of a nub. Thanks, Nate. But then you can see here. Now he is a big menace.
He's a big boy.
Is Nate an OMAC? What's an OMAC? Remind me what that is. OMAC, yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
You've stumped me.
Yeah,
You've stumped me on
boy.
OMAC. Oh yeah, so he's a chunky boy. He's winding up a kick. He's always going to give him such a kick. But as you can see there, Sarge and Nemesis Enforcer are, I would say, they could go toe to toe. Like they would tussle. Those two, and they do tussle on a few occasions. But you would think that this guy is a worthy opponent in the ring or outside the ring for Sergeant Slaughter to go up against. Sergeant Slaughter, up until this point, was like a unstoppable Cobra swatting machine, right? All of a sudden, Nemesis Enforcer comes along, and he's like, "All right, here's something. Here's something for you." Winds up the kick. Now spoiler alert, he gets thrown into a hole in G.I. Joe the movie. I won't tell you what happens. He gets thrown into a hole, and the argument, cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. The argument is, well, how come he didn't just fly out of that hole? But there is a scene where they're wrestling, and he kind of crushes his wings, kind of crushes them. So I like to think that he didn't come back out of that hole because his wings were damaged. Yeah, a lot like Angel, more like a cross between Angel, and I know they're the same person, but a cross between Angel and Archangel, right? Sort of like that middle ground.
Maybe
modern version was called, yeah.
Maybe he couldn't fly because he forgot his wing nubs.
He needed the nubs. He needed the nubs. He was nubless, and Sarge took advantage of the no nub. But anyway, as you can see,
nubs out.
So here he is, like taller than Sarge. I would say he's a bit taller than Sarge here. But as you can see in this image, this looks like a fun show. This looks like a really cool little play motion thing that people could go and check out. Links are in the
Yeah.
description, as well as Nate's link in the description.
Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship on Zazel's Clubhouse. Check it out one time, won't
Yeah,
you?
thanks, buddy. Check it out. But as you can see, they don't exactly see eye to eye here. There's a little bit of a discrepancy in height from the Sarge figure to the Nemesis Enforcer figure, which is a shame. But he is a very detailed figure. Even here, you can see that he's got some sort of texture happening around his mask and his body there. But definitely,
I have had a decent look at his figure because I do actually have him minus the wings and other things that.
Oh, let me solo you for a second and get a look at yours. Well, how do I do this again?
He's quite sun faded. This is one of the ones you gave me. Yeah, he's a little bit sun again.
Well, here we go. Let's do this. It's changed. Buttons have changed.
Yeah, he's a bit sun faded, but I reckon it's cool because he just looks a bit extra cursed.
Yeah, he definitely looks cursed. Now, what are those things on his hips, do you reckon?
On his what?
On his hips. What do you reckon they are?
Hip nubs.
Hip nubs. Sorry, hypnotized.
I don't know.
You can see on his elbows the spikes sort of coming out of the elbow section instead of out of the wrists. Which I kind of prefer, to be honest.
Yeah, that's good. It's an elegant solution to the cartoon design, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if they had made them big long ones, they'd snap on every other figure.
True.
Yeah.
He's kind of got those things on the side of his hips here too, so I guess it's sort of consistent. All right. I'm not sure what they are. They might be where he keeps his Pringles.
It's his smartphone wallet.
Yeah. Before there were smartphones, it's where he keeps the spores. So a little shameless plug. Check out Sergeant Slaughter versus Nemesis Enforcer in how many episodes have I done now? 6 episodes, maybe. I'm working on the next one. So if you're into play motion, check that out. Thanks, Nate. But this is what you'd get with the Cobra-La team. Oh, Adam's here.
Adam,
how are you, buddy? We did a double thing yesterday. Double feature. It was Can You Believe It? And it was is that any of your Toy Biz? And then we're trying to figure out what to do with Mattel. And I thought today it would be why have I forgotten all of a sudden? You know what? I've forgotten what I thought. I came up with something today while I was doing the dishes. I was doing the dishes. I was like, I could do that. I don't know. Mind over Mattel? I don't know. Anyway, I had a good one, but I've lost it. Maybe I never had it. Maybe it was a dream. So what they do on this set that I think they do better than the Renegade set is that they give everyone their designated weapons. At least I thought they did. Where's Globulus's gun? Where is that hiding? But you can see it on the card art anyway. But they sort of divide up the weaponry. Although I'm struggling to see where Globulus's gun is. You know what? That's something I'll look into that later. But you can at least see that Nemesis Enforcer has the stuff that he's supposed to come with. Royal Guard comes with the stuff that he's supposed to come with. Globulus, maybe, I don't know where his gun is in this picture, but he comes with a gun. And they're sort of very, very divided. Whereas the Renegades ones, they sort of just had a mixed bag of accessories at the top, and you sort of just tried to guess it from the card art. But yeah, so not a bad looking figure. Now I remember I was old enough to remember seeing these on the pegs. In actual fact, I never saw them on the pegs. They had such a stack of them. Same with the Renegades. They had such a stack of them. Maybe they didn't sell that well. That they were just on shelves, just stacked on top of each other on shelves. They were never on the pegs for me when I saw them, but they were in the shops. And I picked one of these up and had a look at it. And when it came, you've got to be really careful with your pocket money. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can put money down on this, and I passed them by. So I only ever got them again in later times. But if you saw this, what would you reckon you'd give this out of 10, Nate?
You know, big old 10.
Big old 10. Yeah, look, this is actually not a bad representation of Cobra-La from the movie. Like, there are some liberties here, design-wise, and obviously Nemesis Enforcer is a little shorter than he probably should be. But I like the card art, and I think that you're getting a pretty good mix of muscle, leadership, and the army builder. It's a shame you couldn't army build the Royal Guard, but I think you've got a pretty good Cobra-La team with just these, right? The only figure missing really that would have made it perfection would be Pythona. But other than that, I mean, you've pretty much got you've got it set. Well, there we are, Lilith with the knowledge, $3.99 from Target back in the day. There you go. That's a pretty good deal for a 3-pack of Joes.
Three figures for $3.99.
Can you remind me how much a single figure was back in the day, please, Lilith? That would be handy for me to know. Knowing is half the battle. I reckon I didn't see them for $3.99, although $3.99 back then was probably like a lot more money. But yeah, I think it's fine. I like that the card art is pretty prominent, and instead of having an explosion in the background, it kind of has like a landscape, which would be kind of like what Cobra-La. I mean, it doesn't look like that really at all in the cartoon, but at least it's something other than just the explosion behind them. Yeah. And then, good luck reading that, Nate. But here's the back, and you have. I'm not going to make you read it like this, but from the back, you've got some different card art, which is really cool that they've given us 2 different card arts here. And Nemesis Enforcer looking a little bit less Enforcer there, and a little bit like a toddler dressing up for Halloween. But you can see right at the bottom there, you get the Renegade. So they were advertising the Renegades at the bottom of this one, and on the Renegades one, they were advertising this set. But if we're going to get into some reading, you know what I need to do? I need to do this one.
It's story time! Put your crayons away and sit on the floor because it's time for an Oh Ring a Bell read along!
Yay! Now, this is a different. I think this may have been a playing card or something, but it's the same text but different than the back of the card there. Is that going to be easier for you to read, Nate?
Yeah, just a bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Cobra-La team. 40,000 years ago, the glory of Cobra-La dominated the planet. Ruled by a biomechanical creature named Globulus, it was a world of colonies based solely on living organisms and hypergenetic manipulation. Until an age of ice destroyed them. With it
Some sort of ice age?
Some sort of ice age. With it began the era of barbarians. The human race evolved and gradually mastered a technology based on inorganic, lifeless substances. Their culture was a travesty of Cobra-La's noble ways and a threat to their very existence. Remnants of Cobra-La retreated to a dark, glacial ice dome deep within the Asian Himalayas to preserve their ways and await an opportunity to reclaim the Earth. 40,000 years later, Globulus still rules with the aid of Nemesis Enforcer, a sinister, winged evil who tirelessly carries out their dark will of his master and creator. The Royal Guards, bred and surgically enhanced for size, strength, and endurance, further serve and protect the mighty Globulus. Globulus has chosen this time to go into the world and destroy human civilization, which drove him and Cobra-La into exile.
Ooh. You know what's weird is that some ice age came along and really stuffed them up. And then they decide, where we're going to hide? The Himalayas, in an ice dome.
Hide under more ice.
Yeah, let's hide here. So Lilith paid $3.99 for the set back in Target, but there were Joe's were $5.50 or $6 in Toy World. So they got a really good deal for $3. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I definitely I would have picked them up for $3.99 surely. but they must have been 3 times as much as that. But that's pretty cool. So the Cobra-La are an ancient race. They look pretty good for 40,000 years. Now they're genetically engineered to be taller, not in this case because Nemesis Enforcer is about the size, if not a bit shorter.
They were taller than humans 40,000 years ago.
Yeah, they were really tiny then. Speaking of tiny, just kidding. Here's Big Mate. Hello, fellas. It's Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Treasures for Trigger. It was in a bargain bin. Oh, of course. Yes, well, there we go. So it's a pretty interesting. Now that is fantastical, right? A 40,000-year-old civilization. Somehow, where the barbarians were like, "Here, we're going to take over this world." It is fantastical. I don't think any more fantastical than some of the other stuff we got with G.I. Joe. I mean, there were giant worms and vines and giants and whatever. Right? This is fine.
How handy is it though that the name, like G.I. Joe didn't even have to worry about renaming an enemy. They just already named Cobra.
Well, watch the movie, Nate. We're not finished with the reading yet because we've got a very interesting Nemesis Enforcer file card.
Codename Nemesis Enforcer. They say in Cobra-La that Globulus raised the Nemesis Enforcer from a pile of dead things, and that where his soul should be, there is nothing but emptiness. His leathern wings have beat across the night sky since before the Ice Age, as he tirelessly carried out the dark will of his master and creator. Fleeting glimpses of his sinister form gave rise to legends of vampires, harpies, and countless other things that go bump in the night.
Oh, that's cool.
He can glide silently and land without a sound. He is the other presence in the pitch black room. He is the lurker in the dark. Just outside your bedroom window, he rattles the garbage cans and makes your floors creak. He is the dread that stands behind you in the dark and dares you to turn and face him.
Could you imagine this guy just outside the window rattling your garbage cans?
It's an ancient evil.
Cobra cans! It's Cobra cans! So Cobra-La was supposed to get a logo. I wonder if that logo was garbage cans. I don't know. Just something about that makes me chuckle. He's just there rattling your can.
What was that? Was it a raccoon, or was it something that's older than the Ice Age? I don't know.
I think it was the Nemesis Enforcer. Ooh. It could also be Gaz in a Hydro Viper outfit. True, too true.
Too true. In his Hydro Viper jammies.
And there's Jammy Jam. Speaking of Gaz, we'll be back with Gaz next week for another STS episode. So that'll be good. It might be a bit of a crossover episode with O-Ring a Bell because we're talking about the Super 7 O-Rings. But I really do like that this file card has a mix of horror and then absolute shenanigans. Like he's just out there busting cans open. It's like making your floors creak. Like, what are you making your floors creak?
Hey, bottles go in the recycling.
Don't make me come back here. It's mentions the Ice Age. I'm upset. But he's
you'll cause another Ice Age. Look after the planet.
Yeah, that's why he's so upset. But he's part of the Cobra-La team, which is I think would have been way cooler if it was like garbage collector or something at the top there. I think though it sort of also reminds me of Jeepers Creepers. That guy goes bump in the night. He rattles some cans. Where does Jeepers Creepers get his license plate from?
I don't know because I don't know that I've seen it.
You haven't seen Jeepers Creepers? Well, he's got a van or a truck, and he's got a personalized license plate. So how does he get that? Where does he go into the DMV and it's like, hey? So anyway, moving on. Moving on. Here's a figure given to us thanks to 3D Joe's, the best website to check out all things G.I. Joe. and the link is in the description for 3D Joe's. And here is like his stock standard look. Those are the wings you're missing. I might have a spare set of wings, actually, Nate, but I think one of the nubs is missing, which is why it's a spare set. But if you don't care about that sort of stuff,
That's all right. I ain't scared of nubless wings.
yeah, he ain't afraid of no nub. But I like this color pattern. It's a little bit different to. Let's have a look at the. It's a little bit different to the cartoon, and a little bit different still very different from the card art. So the cartoon. Check out this cool show. So the cartoon had bear arms. Well, they're more human than bear, but you know what I mean. But the color palette is mostly maroon and purple. But the card art shows a lot of green and sort of like a lighter purple. But his toy, we have a mostly sort of like a bone color. Purple. Yeah, and almost a pinky sort of purple.
Pinky, and a pinky red sweater vest.
Yeah, I wonder what that's made out of. I think so. A lot of their it's cashmere. Yeah, he got it from the garbage. Less insect like. Yeah. So I think his. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about here. But a lot of their civilization has to do with reusing. How do I word this? So like a bridge just isn't a bridge, right? A bridge could also be a stick insect. You know what I mean? So a giant bug creature isn't just a giant bug creature. It's also a way for them to fly around like it's a jet, right? So I think maybe some of their clothing is also maybe living creatures like little crabs or crustaceans, and he looks like he's covered in those sort of crustaceans. But the wings, the wings, if they were bigger, I think that might have helped this figure. It's definitely a little bit lacking in the wings, but I think that they're well made. They're made out of a rubber, so they're very flexible and they're fun. But they definitely needed to be bigger wings. I'm hoping Super 7 will do Nemesis Enforcer again, so that we get some bigger wings. But I like that the arms are sort of like that bone color. It doesn't really need to be skin color. It's not it doesn't bother me. But I like the change up. I like the look of him. But this isn't his only look, Nate. Did you know that?
I think
he has a second look. His second look is this one. You can give him this as a backpack. Now there is some debate over whether or not this was meant for him as a backpack, or if you are meant to put it on a G.I. Joe and then wrap those things around them like he's caught with some sort of tentacle creature.
That would make sense.
Right. So either way is pretty cool. Like, if you've got Nemesis Enforcer, you're definitely not putting this on him. You're putting the wings on him. So I guess putting these on a Joe to make them captured would be pretty cool. I just don't know how well it works. I need to dig out my set. If anyone has one at home, put it on a Joe, wrap it around him, and show me.
So are they flexible and they'll like hold their position, or
no? So there was just one big rubber piece. So in order for you to make them wrap around, you would either have to hold it there or sort of interlock them.
Yeah.
So they weren't wire or anything. But they do look cool. And Cobra-La were sort of in. They would have things like things that would stick to you, like those throwing stars, or the jets would shoot out. That's really weird, but their jets would shoot out a white liquid that was sticky, and so they had that. So they had many hands, less work, right? Well, in this case, he's got suckers on the end of them. But I think it's a pretty interesting look if you wanted to mix it up a little. And it's interesting that they even went as far as to give him a secondary option. Because he doesn't have it, if I go back, there's nothing on the card. There definitely wasn't anything in the cartoon. There's nothing on the card there with him depicting wearing them. He just sort of has them.
Yeah, true.
He just kind of has them. And that's pretty cool. And I guess you could put them on Globulus. I guess you could put them on the Royal Guard, and it wouldn't really look out of place, particularly with Globulus's weird green arm. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Take my strong hand.
So I haven't seen that movie in so long. So if
Same.
you were going to pick, if you were going to display yours in one way, would it be with the wings or the little sucker pad thing, octopus
Wings.
greenery? Yeah, got to be the
Wings.
wings. Got to be the
Yeah.
wings.
Or I'd get Adam to 3D print me some wings, but then also have some tentacles like coming out around him. They had the
All
best
right.
of both worlds.
So out of 10, what would you give this figure?
He's a 10.
He
He's
is
cool.
a 10. And
He's a bit short.
this
He's a bit short, but
he can't help it. Out of 10, what would you give this version of the character?
oh, he's a
Big old
10.
10.
He's a
Yeah.
10. Yeah, no, he's not as good. Not as good.
So,
He looks
in
sad.
case you were wondering if he was even meant to get them, here he is labeled as Royal Guard, even though it's Nemesis Enforcer. He's mislabeled as Royal Guard, but he is wearing them, so he's meant to get him. And he's got
so
a
sad.
little bit of.
I can't even get my name right.
He looks so sad, doesn't he? Oh, come on, guys.
And
Yeah, that's
it
something.
looks like they've like kit bashed a character, but they've chosen one with a mustache.
A little, yeah. It does look like you could paint on a mustache and it wouldn't be. What does his regular face look like? Yeah, a little bit more youthful looking. This guy's seen
Yeah.
40,000 years of Ice Age for sure.
40,000 years I've had this mustache, and I'm not ready to make a change yet.
But they've switched up the side of the pad to green. His flesh-colored arms now instead of the bone colored, and he's got green upper sleeves. But I don't hate this look though. I think it looks pretty
No,
cool
it's
for
alright.
a prototype.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. But that's all the slides I had for Nemesis Enforcer. But that's it. That's all of our Cobra-Las that we're going to be looking at this month. I haven't decided who we're going to go with next, but who would you like to have a closer look at next time, Nate? We've got the Royal Guard, we've got Globulus, we've got Pythona.
Let's have a look at Globulus, because
All right,
he's
Globulus will
the
be
boss
next.
man, and that'll help me with the hierarchy.
Now there is also going to be we've got 4 episodes to do, so I might have to after today's episode we might have to start pairing people up. But we also have to take a look at the Super 7 Once a Man Cobra Commander version, where he's sort of transforming.
So he's Once a Man
into
from the movie.
yes, he is. He is.
Yeah, cool.
So that ties in with Cobra-La. You might want to, spoiler alert, you might want to just check out G.I. Joe the movie before we go into any more.
What a bad idea.
Speaking of spoilers, spoiler alert, in your head, does Duke die? Does he? Good question. In my head, no. I don't think so.
No, of course not. He got a version 3.
That's right. So he comes
a
back
four.
in the Deep series anyway, but there's actually, I think it was the Renegade series of G.I. Joe that came out in later years. So the Renegade series ended, correct me if I'm wrong, Lilith, but it ended with Duke waking up from a coma and dreaming the events of Renegades, but it's the Duke from the regular G.I. Joe series. So I think that's how it ended. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain that's how it went. So so G.I. Joe the movie, I hate to spoil it for you, Nate, but there was a scene in Transformers movie where Optimus Prime dies. Right? Optimus Prime died in Transformers movie, but he came back, and he came back twice actually. So he came back as a zombie, and then he blew up. But then he brought him back again, and I'm like, nah, let's forget that he blew up. And they
At a
brought him
certain
back.
point, will people just stop believing Optimus Prime when he dies?
It's such an overused trope now, right? It happens
Call the
all
other
the time.
one. Call the other one.
Sure he is. Sure he is.
You've committed to the bit long enough.
Yeah. It would be more of a surprise if he never died, right? At this
Yeah.
point. So that even in Beast Wars, Primal died, sacrificed himself when Unicron showed up. It's like, oh, of course he did. He has to. Mm.
Optimus,
But then
it's your turn
there
to
was
do
such
the dishes. I
yeah.
can't. I'm dead.
I'm gonna turn grey and die. I'm gonna do that every time I have to do the dishes. I was gonna lay down, turn grey, and die. But I'll be back after they're done. Bring me back a third time. But there was such an outrage with Optimus Prime dying, right, that they were like, well, we can't do that again. And so they put Duke in a coma in G.I. Joe the movie. And if that's a spoiler, Nate, well, bloody watch it. What's your excuse? You've been around. You've been around long enough. You can't. You know. Were you even alive in 85, 84? When did this come out again?
No.
Yeah. Well, so for you, it's
Pre-Nate.
always been around. You've always had access to this. There's no excuse. Yeah, it doesn't. Everyone needs a good stick. How good is a good stick? I haven't found a good stick in a while, but I love a good stick. Like a stick that looks like something else, even better.
But it's hard. It seems harder to find good sticks in Australia. Like we have less interesting shaped trees. Well,
True. Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
don't get like the awesome like a wizard stuff curly
Yeah.
things and ah.
Those days are gone. Look, we're edging ever closer to another ice age. In 40,000 years or 400,000 years, how many years was it? 40,000? In 40,000 years, I was going to go back and find out if it was
Yeah, it was
40,000.
40,000
In
years.
40,000 years, there it is. In another 40,000 years, after another ice age, then we might have some good sticks. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
might.
I haven't found any out here in a while.
Wars will be
Uh,
fought over the best ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, so we've got that's all I've got for Nemesis Enforcer. Now you just brought out your final video for your Doc Hodgins videos series of videos.
Yeah, the final Doc Hodgins video. And here he is, all finished.
Ooh, let me expand you. That's what she said.
Doc
Yes, so
Hodgins,
cool.
he's ready to kick ass and take names out in Westernos.
Very cool. And Phil's on next.
Yep,
Phil's on
Billy the
first.
Kid. Billy the
Philly
Kid.
the Kid.
It's
So
happening.
if you want to check out Nate's video series of the Wild West, Masters of the Wild West, check out the link in the description so you can go and check out his epic channel. I've got to think that. Remember, it's been a while since I've used it. But make sure you
Check it out one time, won't you?
you're not too far away from catching up with our buddy Phil soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, he's going to be in the neighborhood. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day in the
Yeah, we're
neighborhood.
gonna make it happen.
I wish I could make it. I wish I could make it. I tried.
Yeah.
I did try. Work sucks. I know. But yeah, couldn't get away. Couldn't get away to see him. But I hope you guys can get together. Not only because Phil's a cool guy to hang out with, but I think Nate would be a cool guy to hang out with too. Just please, you choose the beers. Phil doesn't know what a good beer is, or get a pint of G&T.
I'll at least choose my own beer.
Well, yeah. Well, there's that too.
I've been drinking Tooheys Old for like 20 years now, and people keep trying to make me drink other things, and it's awful.
You got to get some of the new stuff. Get some of those Tui's new.
Ew.
Hey, TJC. How are you,
Tej.
buddy? You're just in time for us to finish talking about Nemesis Enforcer. Time zones are the worst. But when I caught up with Phil for the first time, he took me in Japan. He took me to an Irish pub that was English in name, Like it was labeled as an English pub, but it definitely was more Irish than English. Had baseball on the TV screen. Oh, get out of here with the craft beers. Oh,
Yeah,
get out of here. There's a
I don't need
garbage.
your cranberry ales.
Yeah, get out of here with that. I have never had a craft beer that I liked. Like they're just awful.
I've had
Every
a
one of them
few.
are awful.
I've had a
Name
few,
one.
but for like one good one that you can buy, you could afford 3 others that you know you're gonna like.
Right, and they're always a gamble though. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
yeah,
Get
and they're like
out of here. Get out.
it,
So anyway, we went and went to this bar, and we had on display on our table a core figure, some Joes, and a giant dinosaur that you gave to Phil.
yeah,
And giant in the sense of it was way bigger than the Joes. And we had a big chuckle out of it because we were displaying the Joes on the dinosaur. We had put one in the mouth of the dinosaur. I think the O-ring of the core figure snapped, so a little bit of a mishap with the dinosaur perchance. But
that's what happens when you
it was a
play the
fun day.
dinosaur.
What do you expect? What did you expect?
Yeah.
And I think it was supposed to be a Stegosaurus, or at least early
those
interpretation of a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, those random Chinese dinosaurs that we all had when we were kids.
Yeah, but it brought back a lot of memories for us.
Spikes and
We had no shame at all, just because I always do it anyway. No matter which bar I go to, I have a travel Joe, and I will usually at Sarge. Last year, oh no, it was this year. This year it was on the way to Joe Fest. It was Zartan from Super 7, the Cold Slither one. That was my travel Joe, and yeah, it was best day. Phil lost a foot on that day. Phil lost a foot. You know what? I don't think I've ever had a Guinness.
I have never had a good one.
Well, there you go. I don't know.
I really want to try them again because I've been drinking stout and things now that so I want to have another crack at it, but I want to go somewhere that actually someone drinks them regularly, because other than you don't get all that horrible stale beer that's been sitting in the lines for a week.
Well, yeah. So the thing is, if you order a beer, and I'm exaggerating, but I don't want to wait 10 minutes before I can drink it. Right? It's a patient man's beer, and I don't have the patience for it.
Order a normal beer,
Yeah,
and a Guinness at the same time.
right. That might be sacrilege to those Guinness drinkers, but they're a pretty specific crowd, right? Phil has Swamp Thing pals. Well, yeah, it's grown back. That's good. We had many pints of G&T after that. He had the smallest portion of fish and chips and the largest gin and tonic that you could get. But it was a fantastic fun day, and we were talking about all of the lads and how great it would be if we could get everyone together. But you, in particular, with your dinosaur, you guys were you were definitely on our minds. Yeah, I love Coke Zero too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Dang time zone.
Those are the worst.
But the best thing would be if we could all get together and grab a beer.
It's
We
gotta
did have
happen
a good.
someday. It has to.
Gonna happen someday. RonCon 2026. It's coming up. I think if with Phil being in the country, so that's a great ride for Beastman, and it does look very Motu-ish, right?
Yeah, they do those ones.
It's got those proportions to it. But if we could
Yeah,
all
we
get
gotta-
together, what a day that would be! What a magical day that would be! And we've had moments, right, where some or most of us are together, but like with RonCon and Joe Fest, but never all of us, and that would be the dream come true. Adam as the designated driver. Now, he was the. I feel bad because he was the designated driver for Joe Fest and RonCon because I don't drive at all. But he drove a
That's
lot,
fine. He doesn't drink at all.
and sometimes
Works.
if I
Two sides of the same coin.
he doesn't drink and I don't drive. This is the perfect partnership. That's why
The
we're
perfect,
buddies.
most blessed union.
Yeah. You don't drink, you say. You're licensed. The only thing though you got to watch out for is that he does go through a lot of cars.
Yes, he does.
So it's a give and take. It's and I've been able to have a beer with Johnny too. He can be designated
Yeah.
drinker. So I think Johnny's a good laugh too. We caught up in Perth when I was down there. I'll be down Perth way again of maybe early next year, Johnny. We'll catch up. We've been putting off. My brothers and I, when we want to do a road trip with Mum's Ashes, and we want to take it from WA and drive with them to South Australia and scatter ashes there. But we've been procrastinating with it. So poor Mum's been sitting in an urn all this time, not doing anything. So yeah.
At least it's an urn and not a Milo tin.
But it's a big, and my brothers will agree, getting us all together for an extended period of time, it's going to be mayhem. It's going to be absolute mayhem, and hopefully in the best way. But it's just we're a couple of wild and crazy guys. Anyway, what have you?
Last year when my dad passed, we were helping Mum clear out the house, and there's a little box there. She's like, "Oh, give me that." I said, what's that? She's like, "Oh, that's your pop." It's not even in an urn. It was in a cardboard box.
Wow.
Pop. Give the man an urn at least.
He's earned it, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Lilith is saying, sign up a monthly craft beer subscription and then send it to me. That would be a waste of money. Now, I'm no connoisseur when it comes to beers at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm no connoisseur, but I know what I like, and what I don't like is craft beer, and I've never had one that I liked. I'll drink it, but I'm the kind of guy, also, Nate, I'm the kind of guy that if I go to a pub and I'm going to have a drink, right? I prefer a smaller pub, because if I'm going to have a beer, I don't want to also have to wait for 20 minutes to get a second beer, right?
I'd rather sit in a quiet, crappy little tradie pub.
Yeah, I love a dingy dive bar. I love it.
Yep.
It's my favorite. A good old classic Aussie pub too. None of this modern crap. If I finish my beer, I just want to go up to the bar and grab another beer. I don't want to be behind 10 people trying to get one. And having said that, my first beer is usually it's done and dusted pretty quick, right? And then I'll grab a second one almost immediately after, and then sort of start to slow down and start sipping on a beer as I go. But the first or second beers, and Phil will agree because it's G&Ts, it's just like down, and then when it's gone, it's like, all right, let's go grab another one. Like I don't even sit there and wait. I was just like, time to get another one. Favorite pub dish, Nate? You go first.
Oh, easy. Just the cheapest rump that they got, well done with chips and gravy.
It's not any more hard than that. I like a good rump. I can't remember what cut of steak it was. It might have been a rump steak, but I had the best steak in Augusta, Georgia at the Marriott Hotel restaurant. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, we drank so fast they were gone before we started. But I'd never had a pint of gin and tonic, and that was an experience. That was a pleasurable experience. It was like I had a few, so my memory might be a little off, but it was something to the because I think we were both sort of surprised by it. It's something to the effect of, "Oh, hey, they've got pints of gin and tonic." They're like, almost like in Lord of the Rings, like it comes in pints. I'll have one, but it was a shock to me. And then it was so good. It was like, well, we're going to go again. But I like a rump steak too. And I used to be well done all the time. But now I sort of started to lessen up on the well done and go a little bit medium, perhaps.
Actually, normally I ask for medium well because then if it's a little bit either way, it doesn't matter.
Right, like it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never go rare. Um, you never mention all the accidents I avoided. Yeah, true. We saw 2 accidents though. We saw 2, and neither of them were you. So filled that big mug a few times. You know, there you go. Nice. And you can't beat a roast. True. Palmies are good.
Palmies.
Now I don't mind. Yeah, roast beef is so good. I love a good roast beef. Here's the thing, right? I don't mind palmies. Palmies are good. Good Aussie staple. But I think I would prefer just a schnitzel or a crumb steak.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I like a crumb steak over a schnitzel, but I think I prefer a schnitzel over a palmy. But I'll take a palmy. But a palmy, if you get a palmy, then you're settling on some sort of tomatoey sauce and cheese and ham, right? You're settled on that. Whereas I'm a pepper gravy kind of guy. So
Me too.
yeah, nice. High five.
Yeah, chicken schnitty. Yeah.
Where did I go? Yeah, there I am.
Pepper
Now,
sauce.
Phil,
But it makes me so angry when you order pepper sauce and what you get is gravy with peppercorns in it.
That's not the same thing. That riles me up. That pisses me off. When they've got one standard gravy, and then if it's mushroom, they just put a little bit of mushroom on top of it. Or if it's pepper, they just...
I'm a very tolerant man, but up with that I will not put.
Yeah, don't mess with my gravy. Now, Phil, you might be happy to hear this, but I've been anti-lamb since I was a teenager, and that's bloody un-Australian. I know that, but I've been anti-lamb. But my wife, who's aware that I'm anti-lamb, has just avoided cooking lamb. And then the other day, she was like, "Man, I really miss lamb," and I'm like, "You know what? Cook it." Like, don't not cook it because I don't like it. Give it a crack, and maybe it's just I didn't like the way it was prepared for me, and I'll try it again. You know, it's been decades now. Let me try it again. And so the other day, she made the most beautiful lamb dinner, and I loved it. And tonight it's lamb again. We're back on, baby. Lamb's back on the plate. Keep on collecting's here. A new ring a bell. Yeah, how are you, Matt? Matt, as you're known around these parts. Yeah, we already covered we already covered a short list of facts about Nemesis Enforcer. Now we're talking about pub meals. Yeah. Big cock.
Yeah, there's
a
good bit of lamb is delectable. A bad bit of lamb is awful.
Right, that's what I mean. It's like I must have had some bad lamb, but but yeah, bad lamb is bad, like real bad. But I'm usually a beefsteak kind of guy. Pint, give me a pint and a steak.
In high school.
Yep. Sure. True. Now it's pork on your fork. I think pork is the probably the other than lamb was the one that I'd go to the least. Like I like bacon, don't get me wrong, but I hadn't really had a lot of pork dishes either until Len started making pork bites, and I was like, oh man, that is so good. Ooh. Don't eat the black sheep, or you'll be sweet. Gotcha. There you are. Now you trust a Kiwi when it comes to lamb. Love it all. Yeah, I would put them in order of beef, and then just continue with beef. I would never order anything other than beef. Like I wouldn't order a pork chop or a lamb chop or anything like that at a pub. It would just be a steak. Fish and chips, maybe.
If you find a pub that does a good lamb cutlet, that's a rare delicacy these days.
Yeah, we used to do karaoke at this place called Flynn's in Queensland, and they would have $10 rump steak night, and it was the biggest rump steak you could get. Right, you got your money's worth for $10. Chips, salad, and a huge rump steak. So good. And then the COVID hit, and then they closed the kitchen down, and that was it. Such a shame.
Yeah, when I was a much younger man, my Thursday night ritual was going down to my local with a couple of mates, and you'd get the $10 rump steak, and
Right.
you'd spend another $15 on some raffle tickets for the meat tray. Win yourself a meat tray. It was the best.
Yeah, but a meat tray can be a burden if you win it early. What are you
No,
gonna do
they
with a
just
meat tray at the end of the night?
They just kept it in the fridge, and you got it at the end of your night. So, yeah,
Oh,
never bothered me. And I only lived like 3 or 4 blocks away from the pub, so I was set.
yeah, but Nate on the piss with a plate of cutlets and trying to stumble home. I don't know, man.
I'm a fairly boring drunk.
Oh.
But I do have a friend who after a big night on the Terps, he won himself a meat tray. But he only found out the next morning because he woke up in bed with holding a half-eaten raw sausage in his hand. Got up into the kitchen, and there's just like raw meat spread everywhere.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like, oh, you won a meat tray, and you decided you were hungry when you got home, and you didn't cook
Wow,
anything.
that's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil misses the old $10 steak nights. Mushroom sauce for Phil, with thick cut chips. I'm a crinkle cut guy.
Ugh. You animal.
What do you mean? Ugh.
Ah,
Get out! What?
crinkle cut. That's just wrong.
Whatever. I'm not a big fan of wedges. Like I'll eat wedges, but I prefer chips over wedges.
Yeah, they're not only just barely related to me. It's like
Yeah.
I'm having wedges. That's a meal. That's wedges is a
Right.
meal. But
Yeah.
chips is a side.
Well, I'm not a big sour cream guy, so like I know sour cream and sweet chili and all of that goes with the, but I'm not a sour cream guy.
Well, that's fair enough.
I'll put it in the garbage for Nemesis Enforcer. Mate, that's my secret. I'm always hungry. Well, you're all in on the chip malarkey. Yeah, Johnny's in on it. Yeah, so just treat Phil to a good Aussie steak and send him on his way.
And
Give him all the
straight
craft
cut,
beers
yeah,
he wants,
none of this
whatever.
sprinkle nonsense.
There won't be any fighting over the craft beers.
Yeah.
Bloody garbage. Maybe I just haven't had a good one. That's Chip Daz. Oh yeah, Sizzler's potato skins. That's one way to get rid of your garbage, isn't it? These idiots will buy it. Southern fried chips. I don't know if I've had southern fried chips.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
But no, Adam did a good job of driving us across Canada and across the United States. And we stopped at a place. It was a chicken restaurant. Oh boy, what was it called? Well, the names escape me now. But it was some beautiful chicken, and the women working there. Oh man, they were just delightful. Full of personality, absolutely welcoming, and they gave us like a Bojangles. Thank you, Bojangles. Xavier also liked Bojangles. Chicken was great, but they gave us a jug of tea, iced tea, right? Was it no, not quite. But they gave us a jug of iced tea, like a bottle, like a milk carton, right? Not a bag of milk like they have in Canada. They gave us a milk carton of tea, and it was not unaffordable. Like it's dinner and a show. That's right. Like I couldn't believe how much tea we got in this jug. Like each of us, me and Xavier, because that's what we ordered. I thought we were just going to get a cup of sweet tea, but they gave us a whole container of it. But the thing is, it would not get cold. I had left it in a fridge for a day, and it still would not get cold. It was crazy. No amount of ice would make it cold. It was like it was from the haunted hotel we stayed at.
Yeah, it's iced tea and asbestos.
That might have been getting rid of their old asbestos. But I also quite like biscuits and gravy too. And I'm a big fan of American style sausage. You know, the kind of sausage you get like at Macca's, like the round sausage.
Ah, yeah, but it's just a misshapen patty.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, it was all the love. But if you can go to Bojangles, shout out to Bojangles in Augusta, Georgia, because they had the best customer service. They were just beautiful people, and absolutely a dinner and a show. That's right. Some guy fell asleep in one of the cubicles. He's just hanging out there, sleeping in the cubicle. It was all good. All right. Anyway, that was our weird O-Ring a Bell episode. I think. We might with the next one. I think who we're going to go with Globulus. Yeah.
Globulus.
Globulus. Why not? Dare I say why not? Let's do it. Go check out Nate's channel. His links are in the description. His Doc Hodgson's video is out now. I did get to watch it later in the day. I slept in today. I didn't get up until midday, I reckon. Oh, it's just an exhausting week. I had stock take this week. It's lame.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Needed a good sleep. I think I'm still trying to catch up on the sleep I didn't get on the drive from Joe Fest. Like we were well and truly without sleep. Joe Fest week. We were, well and truly.
Sleep till Joe Fest.
That's right. You know what we need to do, Adam? We need to do another. We need to go back to Zeller's.
Yeah.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Same. When does Phil get into Australia? Yeah, it is a great movie.
Thanks.
He's weeks away, right? It's only weeks away till he gets here. 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's got to be like 3, 4. Yeah, about 4 weeks. I think. Very soon.
Zeller's is calling. We've got to go back to Zeller's.
Firing up the Tinkermobile.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're out of here. Flies out on the 3rd. So in November. Why did I think it was October that you were leaving? Oh, okay. If work permits. I thought it was October you were getting here. You're getting here in November. Close to my birthday. All right. And with that, Nate, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I'll see you on the next one.
It was good fun, dude. See you next time.
Do I have a thing from here? We'll do this one on the way out.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.